guys, this is Beekeeper Charlotte from CarolinaHoneybees.com, and I want to talk to you today about a beautiful subject, flowers. If you've been a beekeeper for very long, I'm quite sure that you have become interested in knowing what types of plants can help your bees. And thankfully, there are a lot of annuals and perennials that you can plant that will help your bees by providing a varied diet and also help the other pollinators. Thankfully, there are hundreds of trees and perennials and annuals that you can plant and offer some diet diversity for our honeybees and all pollinators. I want to speak for a moment about the fact that these flowers can be deceiving. And what I mean by that is that sometimes when new beekeepers get started in beekeeping, they will get into summer and feel that, well, it's warm weather and I see lots of blooming plants. I don't need to feed my bees anymore. Now, of course, there is a local component to this, but in most regions and mine, just because you see flowers does not mean that there is nectar available. Some of the plants that can provide extra sustenance for our bees, this is Vitex. Vitex grows into a large shrub or a small tree. And one thing that I really like about it is that it blooms later in the summer. When most of the spring bloom has finished, this plant can provide nourishment for my honeybees. And of course, my zinnia, which is an annual that has to be replanted every year, but it comes in so many beautiful colors. The bees really enjoy this. Some of my daylilies also attract the honeybees, not all of them. This is a little cone flower or rudbeckia. It looks bad, but I didn't want to sacrifice a good one, so I got one that was just about weathered out, but this is very attractive to our honeybees. This is a white butterfly bush that I see the bees and the butterflies on. And this is a crepe myrtle. Now, the books will tell you that honeybees do not work crepe myrtle. Obviously, my honeybees have not read the books because this Natchez crepe myrtle is a favorite of many pollinators in my yard this time of year. So when we go outside and we see all these blooms, we think, man, our bees have it made, right? Not necessarily. Plants produce nectar in order to lure pollinating insects to the bloom. They don't do it for the bees. They're wanting pollination. But the problem is that if the weather conditions are bad, perhaps it has been a drought for a month or so prior to bloom, the plants will not produce as much, if any, nectar. So just because you see these beautiful blossoms in your yard does not guarantee that your honeybees have plenty to eat. If you have new honeybee colonies that need help, please don't stop feeding just because there's beauty in the yard. This is Beekeeper Charlotte from CarolinaHoneybees.com.